Hello, fellow YouTubers. Some of you may know me if you subscribe to me or whatnot. Um, my name is Mikey, and huh, um, I just I had vlogs and stuff, but I never really did anything on YouTube. That's always went on like Facebook and stuff, where like I would talk about like my handicaps and whatnot, and I have a bunch of karaoke songs up there because I'm not afraid to put my voice out there. I know there's a lot of people that are. And that's their decision, but I don't know. I feel lately that like, I don't know. Like family is good and all, but not ones that constantly there's something that has to be wrong with something, and you come at a conversation just thinking, well, why did I bother talking to you? I got nowhere out of that conversation, and it just aggravated the hell out of me. And then I get blamed for, oh, you know, hey, we're not giving you faces, you're just making that up on your own, whatever. Or, you know, or my mother running around going, let me eat it at your beer. No, get away, go away, away with you. I don't care if this is out. Maybe anyway. I just don't know. It's just one of those things that I really don't. Let me get to the point of why I'm actually talking, and because this is what I kind of do to myself is just talk to myself, and sometimes it's a sign of insanity, and sometimes it's just normal. But you know, I've been going on the issue of moving out, trying to move to a social home like my friends have suggested to me and everyone else, like where I could just walk down to a local bar, walk down to here, walk down there, and not be so much missing an aspect of the car or being able to drive. Now, a lot of people probably think they understand my situation, but really will never will. But let me try and explain it to you all out there. Imagine, what is it? When you're 16, you get the 16, 15, you're able to just get a driver's license and everything else. And before that, what did you do? Like, how did you get around? You asked someone. You asked someone, or you went on a bus, or whatever. And that's basically what I did. Now, I know there's people out there that go, well, it takes me long times to drive here to there and here to there. And I understand that that in itself is a nuisance. But, you know, for me, let's see, let me just go by my daily life. Just getting to work, that's basically would take someone who had a car 20 minutes, give or take, from here to where I work. Now, now with me, I'm glad for this. I take what's called the Suffolk County Accessible Transportation System. It's a little minibus. It's a curb. It's a house to wherever you're going service that picks you up, and it's a good service, but it's not a taxi service. Like with my ride, it's a subscription where like I go day to day, and like I don't have to make an appointment anymore. For I used to have to get up in the morning and actually call them and set up for the following week because you have to book a week in advance because nothing else, it would book up fast. So they're like, we'll call a week beforehand, and sometimes a week beforehand you don't know what you want to do. you know, it's not like get up and go. No, for me, but it's a good service. I love that it's like only $3 one way and whatnot. But it's just it's just the fact of the matter that it's just sometimes I'm waiting there. Like they give you a window of opportunity. Like you schedule. let's say I schedule a 10 o'clock pickup to go to, a 10 o'clock pickup, they can pick you up from 9:45 to 10:15, and sometimes they're not even there. Sometimes you get off the bus and you go right there. Sometimes no, you'll go all around Suffolk County. You'll go from East Setauket to Shirley to Riverhead to but that's worth the price that you're paying for a $30 ride, in my opinion, I guess. But I don't know. It's just the way that it is. It, it's nice to have that, but it's kind of like still your control is being taken away from you. And if people could actually like realize that, you say that, oh well, you you live so close, but no, it's just the fact of the matter is that these services are great. Don't get me wrong. If I had to use a cab, but just to get a taxi out to me would probably be minimum about $7 at least to get them there. So and sometimes I can get rides from people, but another aspect of it is I don't know like I will if I go to a place will people be there, and that goes through my head too. I used to be driven by that because people have a tendency life gets in their way. So like you ask them, what are you doing today? And they might not get back to you. So you're sitting there like, well, I got no answers. All right, let's see what my options are. I could go there. They could be there. Someone could show up, and and granted, I understand that things get in the way, but you gotta think of it sometimes, like not to be mean to anyone. You just gotta think of these things, and I don't know. It's just life. Sometimes it kind of sucks, and I wish I could be busier. I really do. I mean, I'm going back to work. I'm happy about that. Gives me something to do, and that's mainly what I think work is good about. And people complain about that too because you have to get up and you're driven by work. You know, you can't go out in certain times because you'll be tired the next day. Well, sometimes I think that it's better to be if you don't experience things and you just go to work and you do that. You'll feel crappy the next day, but if you never experience anything that following night, you're just going to bed and going, all right, or you know, you, I may not be making any sense at all, but I just wanted to get that out there. And all right, moving on. Wow, I don't know how much time I actually have with this thing, but because this is like really my first video of actually YouTubing and whatnot. Let's see. Like, granted, I love my family, but that's like a given. But I wish things could be different with that. But I don't want to go into that. It's just a lot of everyone goes in their own direction with that, and people. It's not a group mentality anymore. It's me, my mother, and my father. Because I'm the baby, and my two sisters are out of the house and whatnot. But that's another issue. And like I don't know, it just bothers me because I went from going from college to having a core group of friends. Like that's what I kind of want to roll into. There's friends. There's like acquaintances. There's friends, and then for me, there's core friends. are like the ones that you are close with, which I consider either core friends or set my what I'm coining the phrase as a second family. And second family to me is actually the ones I can talk to. My own family, no. I mean, they're there to help, they understand, but it comes with some sort of price. Or not price. It just seems different. And, and I know this is YouTube and I shouldn't, someone's say something and it's going to go back and I'm going to get blamed and whatever. Yeah, it's just life. I'm the median. I'm the middleman. I've always been the middleman. And that kind of sucks. But, alright. So, I covered driving. But that's why I love karaoke in the beginning. Because everyone went. And I know back then people didn't have established lives. People didn't have established work. And, it was easier to get out. But part of life is having adventures in my mind. If you don't have these adventures that like you go out, oh well it takes me an hour to go, well have an adventure, go out on that hour trip or go out, adventuring. I mean, that's what I'm gonna have to do eventually to get the hell out of here. It is kind of like a ghost town, but whatever. um what else? I should end this before they come, which I don't know when my mom's gonna come back. And yeah, so I don't know. I kind of wish that like I had like a guy like on Doogie Howser. I don't know why, because I started watching that show. It's someone that would just pop in my window and like, hey, yo, Mikey, what's going on, or something like that. But I do have good friends. I do have my good core. There's yeah, there is, and you know who you are. I don't have to mention it, and if I do, then I'll mention it to you later. But that's it just that's how it is, and I understand people have lives, and I understand it's the quality, not the quantity. But when you're stuck in a house, not really in a like village, say like Port Jeffs, Sayville, Patchogue, any of those types of things where you can get out and like walk around and actually be in the heart of town. It, it's different. I what I did, I went for a walk on a bicycle path, but that's a path that leads to basically it's a nice path, but it leads to nowhere. And I don't know. And then who knows? Like the thought of moving out, it comes in my head more and more, but at the same price, I I get like two sides of the coin. Like, well, if I move out, then I lose this, then I lose that, and I don't have definite rides anymore because now I'll be on my own. I'll actually have to start using cabs more, but I probably will use cabs more. And I don't, I just don't know if that's like I'll probably end up doing it. But I think in my life, I try and get out to see people, and sometimes it feels like it's like pulling teeth to get people to come out. And I really don't know. What goes through my damn head, you know. And then I look at my one friends who have kids, and then I start thinking, well, when I have kids, how am I gonna hold a kid? How am I gonna hold my own son or daughter? You know, that gets put in my head, and I don't know, like it just does. Oh, how my head is. So yeah, I make myself laugh, but it's fun.